Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that super fun battle royale. Ruby Soho is one of my favorite wrestlers, and this is one of the highlights of her career so far. She sadly didn't win the title, but I don't see her staying on the gold much longer. Anyway, now I want to show you another subset of pro wrestling, hardcore matches. Now, I could show you any number of matches, but I feel like starting off with an ECW or Japanese deathmatch just doesn't feel right for new fans. So instead, I've decided to showcase Anarchy in the Arena, as it's hardcore without being too hard to watch. This match pits two teams of 5 against each other, making this match a 10-man clusterfuck. On one side, you have the United Front of the Jericho Appreciation Society, led by Chris Jericho and flanked by Jake Hager, Daniel Garcia, Cool Hands Angelo Parker, and Daddy Magic Matt Menard. They are opposed by the Ragtag Group, led by the Mad King Eddie Kingston, flanked by his homies Santana and Ortiz, along with his friend Jon Moxley, a man known for hardcore wrestling, and his partner in the Blackpool Combat Club, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Now, with 10 people in this match, there are a lot of interweaving stories, so this is going to take a moment. Let's wrap it. This feud started as a result from a rivalry between Eddie Kingston and the Team 2.0, which consists of Matt Menard, Angelo Parker, and Daniel Garcia. Kingston had been tormented by these three for weeks, and constantly fighting an uphill battle. However, things looked up for him as he recruited his long-term friends, Santana and Ortiz. The six would have a match on the last show of 2021, where 2.0 would eventually win by dubious means, and then continue the assault until stopped by the aid of Chris Jericho. Now, Chris Jericho was the head of a group called the Inner Circle, which had been together since the first AEW TV episode. The Inner Circle consisted of Jericho, Santana, Ortiz, Jake Hager, and Sammy Guevara. Jericho showed up to save his friends Santana and Ortiz, but after Jericho was able to stop the assault, with help from his bat Lloyd, Kingston seemed apprehensive and aggressive towards Jericho. Kingston, being a proud man from Yonkers, New York, said that him and Santana and Ortiz didn't need his help. Jericho then challenged 2.0 to a match between them, himself, Santana, and Ortiz. In this match, Santana and Ortiz do their best to ignore Jericho, even though it's help from Jericho that ultimately leads to them winning the match. This only further puts a wedge in the Inner Circle. Sammy leaves to focus on his current TNT title reign, which mainly means him and his girlfriend are gonna go fuck while he wears the title. Eventually, Jericho and Hager take on Santana and Ortiz to try and resolve their issues. Santana and Ortiz win the match, but when Eddie comes out to congratulate his friends, Jericho attacks him, which leads to them having a match at Revolution. Kingston goes on to win the match, and afterwards offers Chris Jericho a handshake as an act of sportsmanship. Jericho refuses to shake his hand, proving that Jericho is jealous and does not respect Eddie Kingston. Jericho calls Kingston out to try to help settle the hatchet for the next Dynamite, but it ends up being a setup by Jericho as 2.0, Jericho and Hager all jumping. Next week, the group announced themselves as the Jericho Appreciation Society and begin to bring an era of sports entertainment to AEW. Now, AEW fans are not fans of WWE, and the idea of sports entertainment, so fans immediately grew to hate the JAS. The JAS went on a whole tirade assaulting Kingston, Santana, and Ortiz, even going so far as Jericho throwing a fireball in Kingston's face, which caused Jericho to gain the name The Wizard. Realizing they were outnumbered again, Kingston called upon his friend and former world champion, the guy who actually took the title from Jericho, Jon Moxley. Mox then brought his partner in the newly formed Blackpool Combat Club, Bryan Danielson, to help out, though Kingston and Danielson loathe one another. The two agree to put their differences aside to help fight the JAS. Jericho then challenges them to a match that they call Anarchy in the Arena, a more hardcore version of a match called Stadium Stampede, which was made famous by the Inner Circle. This match would be the first in their lengthy battle between pro wrestling and sports entertainment. Anyway, I've talked enough. At this point, there's a short promo video that you can watch that shows off a bit more of the feud for the match, and again, this match is on another site, so link in the description and in the card. So, quick warning, this match contains a lot of blood. Not awful or anything, just a fair warning. I'll see you after the match.